Hello World Farming, this is Jaden's Videos, and this is Nightmare House 2018 Hellish Awakening Haunt Build Day 8. And today is October 27th, 2018, so we are officially 3 days away from Halloween. I am so excited, guys. I hope you are too. I'm actually going to do more stuff inside today. So I'm going to start setting up Scary Christmas Holiday of Hell tonight after I go inside, after I make this video. But I just wanted to film the outside stuff right now that I got done today. But I know I keep saying I'm going to film as stuff is getting done, and I haven't done it yet, but I will hopefully do it soon, but I haven't done it yet. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into it. First, I'm going to show you the Dark Harvest, all the progress that was done on the Dark Harvest, because it is awesome, and this is the scene that has the most progress done so far in the entire haunt, so I want to show you, and this might actually be one of my favorite rooms of the haunt. It is just so good. And the reason why it is so good is because of this. Yeah, I'm sure you guys already noticed. I got the Dead Harvest Farmhouse from Spirit Halloween. Now, I'll say this. I didn't get the entire farmhouse. I didn't get the entire thing. I didn't get the backdrop. I didn't get the big roof because my store that I got it from actually didn't even have any part of the roof except for the porch roof. And I didn't get the inside, of course. I didn't really need the inside, because the inside is just the inside of a haunted house, and why would you have a haunted house inside a haunted house? That's Inception. But anyways, I got the porch. And I did get the roof for the porch, it's just not on yet. So the porch isn't complete being put together. And this whole back right here, since there's nothing back there and it's just a porch and there's no house or anything yet, I'm just going to take the witch hut from years past, the voodoo swamp in years past, and use it. There's the door right there, so it'll have a door and windows and all of that, so that's what that will look like. But anyways, it still looks good right now, so even if I weren't to get the back on, it still looks good. It just looks like a porch in that the whole house has rotted away and all that's left is a porch. So it still looks really good, but I definitely am going to still add a back to it just to make it look better. Anyways, before I get into it, I want to talk about the spotlight. I got an orange spotlight up here to shine on the entire Dark Harvest scene, which is really cool. I was actually testing out the music for this scene earlier. I'll try to play it for you guys tomorrow, but it's really good. It's like country music from the 40s, so it's very old country music, so it sounds creepy because it's old, along with a few Halloween country songs that are also old. So pretty much this whole scene just plays old country music, which is cool and creepy. And it just fits so well. You guys will see what I mean when you actually see it in the haunt. It's perfect. Just looking at this scene while hearing old country music is just awesome. I actually have the speaker. The speaker's going to be up here because there's a crack in the top and there's a little compartment there. And so the speaker goes up there, which is perfect because you can hear it through the entire room, and it's got and it's up high, and usually speakers are way much better when they're up high than down low, in case you don't already know that. But obviously, you hear things much better when it's up high, the speakers are, than down low, so it's up high. Also, it's completely hidden. The speaker that I'm using is small enough that it does not peek over the edges here. It's a very loud speaker, but it's also not large. It's loud, but not large. But it's just tall enough that it doesn't peek over the edge, so it's completely hidden. And so it is perfect. And you couldn't even tell where it was when I was testing it out earlier. It was great. I actually had it playing for hours and hours and hours just because I loved how it was so much in this scene. Anyways, orange spotlight right there. I got a bunch of corn stalks in here. I think I showed you guys that I got the corn stalks the other day. But now all the corn stalks are put in their place. And some of them have fallen over. But I'll show you those ones in a second when you can see them brighter. I'll turn on the work light in a second. I just want to show you guys what it looks like right now. The porch looks so awesome. It really does. It looks super cool. There's the porch itself. It has the curve and everything. Of course, it's fallen apart. I love it. It looks so cool. Of course, I'm not going to have it exactly how they have it in the store. I'm going to have it with my own twist, of course. Just the porch is so awesome, I just had to get it. But yeah, of course, it's going to have props. I'm going to have Barnyard Butcher up there at the doorway, so he's going to look pretty cool standing in the doorway right there. It should look pretty awesome with him there. Hay bale popper is most likely going to go on this side, because on that side I have a hay bale with sitting scarecrow on it, which I'll get to in a moment. But I have some jack-o'-lanterns on the porch here, and then I've got one on the banister. I'll probably add some more, but those ones don't light up, and this one actually works though. So That's fine, because the orange light still adds a great effect. It's not too bright, but that's good, because I don't want it to be too bright. It just has the perfect effect where it's a very dim light through the scene. Even around the corner in the little field over there, you can still see it. Also, that white light back there, my neighbor's over there, and that's why that's their white light, because that's her backyard on the other side of that fence, and so you can kind of see it. But she always turns off her lights for us on Halloween night, so that's not going to be there on Halloween night because she's always nice enough to turn the lights off for us, so you can't see them. But there's some fall leaves down there which I really like on the porch. Now I'll get to sitting Scarecrow. Here he is. He's on a hay bale. I'll turn on lights in a second so you can see it a little bit better, but he's on a hay bale, so he looks really cool in there on the porch. Now, he's not plugged in yet. This is the earliest I've ever brought out animated props. Usually I don't bring out animated props until, I usually bring out my first animated props 2 days before Halloween. But that's usually just small props. This is the first time I've really brought out any life-size animated props before Halloween Day. I usually bring out all the animatronics on Halloween Day because I'm so worried about them getting stolen or ruined. But since the majority of the haunt is in the backyard this year, I'm not too worried about them getting stolen because they're all the way in the backyard, so people would have to go all the way through the front yard and then find their way through the tarp and everything just to steal something, and they don't even know that the stuff is back here. So I'm not too worried about them being stolen. Also, another worry about mine is that it's always going to rain and that they'll get ruined. But I've checked the forecast. It's not supposed to rain until after Halloween, which is great because that's always one of my greatest fears is that it will rain on Halloween. It never has because I always pray to God that it won't, and he always fulfills my prayer because, yeah, he's God. But anyways, it's not going to rain on Halloween or any of the days leading up to Halloween. It rained yesterday because a cold front came through, and it's actually in the 60s right now, which is really good for Florida. That is the best fall weather we could get, is in the 60s, so it's pretty chilly. It's pretty nice weather, but yeah, it's perfect Halloween weather, so not going to rain at all. So really, I have no reason to not start putting props out now. Of course, I'm not going to put all the props out now. The majority are still going to come out the day before Halloween or Halloween Day itself, but I'm starting to put them out. So, anyways, here is the porch. You can see it in the dark. Also, I've got this hanging pumpkin guy up here, which I really like him there. He looks great hanging in the tree. Yeah, he looks awesome. But anyways, I'll turn on the work light real quick so you guys can see this a little bit better. But first let me show this just from this angle right here, just so you can look. It looks awesome, and it's very large too. I love it. Actually, let me just walk around. So, guests will come this way. That stuff's going to be moved, of course. That's other parts of the porch that I didn't use. Okay, and the reason I didn't use those is because at the store there's a separation in the middle. So this part right here is supposed to have posts coming out of it, but it doesn't for me. And the reason why is because it's still the porch is supposed to be a little bit longer than this, but I didn't do the separation in the middle, and the reason that they do it in the store is so you can walk through it, but I don't need to do it because I don't have guests walking through it. And porches, of course, don't even have separations in the middle. For porches, you always walk up onto the porch itself to get into the house. And so the only reason that they do it in the store is so you can walk through, but since guests don't walk through the porch itself, I just like it like that because it looks more like a real porch. So that's the reason these aren't used. But anyways, the butcher shop's right here. Yada, yada, yada. So guests will come this way and see it, and it will look awesome. Of course, there's going to be more props. Looming Strawman's going to be over here. Cornstalker, Nightmare Harvester's going to be over there. And Hay Bale Popper's going to be right here. Barnyard Butcher's going to be right there. It's going to be pretty cool. So anyways, I forgot about Pumpkin Patch Prowler. He'll probably be around this area or something. I don't know. But anyways, let me turn on the work lights, and then I'll get to the other sections of the haunt that have been worked on. So, okay, there you can see that a lot better with the work light on. Anyways, here it is. Here is the cornfield, which I'll show you this a little bit first. I'll turn on my flashlight just so you can see this area a little bit better. So, here you go. Here's the porch. Just making it so you can see how it looks a little bit better. It looks really awesome. I love it. And then, like I mentioned, and I forgot, I put that corn there because that's real corn that came off of one of these corn stalks. so that's cool. But swinging scarecrow on the hay bale, really cool. I love it. So let me just back up again with the flashlight. Really cool. That would be a good thumbnail. Let me get that as my thumbnail. Let me do it. Let me do it. Thumbnail. Okay. Anyways. Now over here, the pumpkin guy I mentioned. So there's a lot of corn stalks. I dug a lot of holes to put these corn stalks in. They're all the way back there. They go all the way around. All back there. You can see them through the porch. They're everywhere. That stuff that I put back there before, I think I already showed it. But they're everywhere. So this is like a field area. They're not very tall corn stalks, but I'll probably get a few of the ones from Spirit, so I'll have some tall ones to get mixed in. So like I said, Looming Strawman's going to go about right there, and then Cornstalker's going to go way back there. Nightmare Harvester's going to go right here on this kind of hill area right here. This does go up a little, because there's a tree there, so it goes up a little. So Nightmare Harvester's going to go there. And Pumpkin Patch Prowler, I'm honestly not sure yet. He might actually go right there, right here, right there, or maybe even right there. I'm not entirely sure yet where I'm going to put Pumpkin Patch Prowler. I guess I'll just see how the others look where I put them. But anyways, tons of corn stalks. Got a few pumpkins in the cornfield area, but it looks really awesome, especially under this tree. It looks great. Anyways, rest of the haunt. I don't think this wall was up before, I believe. This one wasn't. Actually, no, this one wasn't either. Yeah, so yes it was. This wall was put up. When I make these videos, I still don't have day 7 uploaded, so I don't really remember what I showed yet. But this wall is put up, and so is this one. So this has changed drastically. The Dark Harvest is going to be over there. It's going to end right around that area. So, right after leaving the Dark Harvest, that's all just open space. And originally it was going to be cut into 2 different themes. Originally the barn was going to go here, but then I cut the barn and just turned it into a farm, which I actually like it better that way because the farmhouse looks really cool and I really like it. There's the roof too. Yeah, but then it changed to this being Cemetery of the Reaper over here, and there would be a wall right here, and guests would go here, and then they would turn this way, and that would be the Dragon's Lair, and that would be Festival of the Fallen. I cut out the Dragon's Lair because I was never able to get the giant fire dragon, and so there's no point in even attempting to do a Dragon's Lair. All the dragon props are just going to go in Festival of the Fallen, and other places in the haunt. I don't know. Dragons work well with Hell, which is of course why I got dragon props this year, and it's the reason I was planning on doing the Dragon's Lair in the first place, because the haunt is a Hell theme, so I needed, the dragons worked well for Hell, and they made a lot of dragons this year, but I think I'm just going to put them over here. Like the dragon projection light that Avery bought me, I think I'm just going to have it projected onto the top there. I did that with the bat lights in 2016 when this was the vampire and werewolf room, Blood Forest. I put the bat lights projected on there and it looked really cool, so I think I'm going to do that with the dragon ones because it always turns out looking really cool. So Hanging Hellfiend goes up there, so I'm just going to have to aim it up a little bit above him, or I may have him projected onto that thing. I'm not entirely sure yet, but we'll find out. So this is a big open space. So this whole space is Cemetery of the Reaper now. And it's a lot more space than I need. I actually don't want it to be this open, but my dad wants to do it like this because that means there doesn't need to be more poles and walls dug here, which I understand because I am tired of doing poles and walls. I'll tell you, well, not walls. Walls are fine, but I'm tired of doing poles, okay? I'm not even digging any of the poles anymore. My dad's been doing all of that, and I've just been decorating the haunt and stuff. But, yeah, we're done with poles. Well, no, we're not, but I'm done. I'm so through with poles. They take so long. But anyways, so this Cemetery of the Reaper is still going to be over here. Towering Reaper is still going to be over in this area. And it'll just be this big open cemetery, which, you know, when I look at it and look at how big of an open space this is, it seems like it's going to be ridiculous and that it's going to be way too open, that it won't be scary at all. But when I think about it, I think it'll be fine, because when cemeteries are huge spaces, And usually, the reason I think I'm kind of nervous about this is because I've never done a cemetery this big. Usually the cemeteries I do are like teeny cemeteries, like they're not too big. But when I think about it, I think it'll be fine because, you know, cemeteries in reality are huge. So if I can get enough tombstones, there can just be a narrow walkway in the middle, and so it will still be thin where guests walk. They won't walk in all this big space. I think I'm just gonna have a ton of tombstones on either side, and so it will look like a real cemetery. So guests won't walk in all this open space, and that's good because I don't want them to walk in all this open space. That would be kind of chaotic because no one would know where to go because there's not a clear path. It's just an open space. So tombstones on either side. Hopefully it will be a lot less open by the time I do that, and by the time I get props in here, hopefully it'll be a lot less open. But this wall's been put up, so this is finally all blocked off here. Here's the ticket booth, of course, and like I said, this is open, so there's not even going to be a doorway leading into the Festival of the Fallen. But that's not really an issue, because if you guys remember in 2016, the Pirates Cove led directly into Hex Family Cemetery, and from the Pirates Cove you could just clearly see Hex Family Cemetery up ahead. But it actually looked cool. I liked it that way. I think it would have taken away from it if it had a doorway. It had an archway, but I think it would have taken away from it if it had a doorway. I honestly prefer, I liked it a lot more how there wasn't a doorway and it just led straight into it and you could see it. It just looked cool. I don't know why, it just did. So it may seem weird right now that it's transitions from Cemetery of the Reaper right to Festival of the Fallen, but they're both hell themes too. And so they'll do a good contrast into each other. It's not like one's like a completely different type of thing than the other. No, Cemetery of the Reaper is like a satanic cemetery. And so they're both hell themes, and so they'll both contrast good. And so that I'm hoping it will look good. My mom actually mentioned you can still walk through a cemetery to get to the Festival of the Fallen, and so that will definitely make it better to think about it that way, because sometimes cemeteries are right outside of a big area in a place. So all you got to think is that there's a cemetery outside of the festival. It doesn't really need to be separated that way. You can just think that it's a cemetery right outside the festival. And so I'm just hoping that will turn out well. But anyways, so the festival is going to go here. So most likely, guests will go this way and stay as close to over here as possible so they can be next to Towering Reaper, and then kind of curve this way. So I'll make sure to kind of have tombstones so they can't go over there at all. But Festival of the Fallen's ticket booth will be here. I'll have an actor in there just as a demon and stuff. I think I already showed that creepy cloth there. Like I said, I didn't upload that video yet, so I don't exactly remember. Of course, this is going to be blocked off because that's two different scenes. Festival of the Fallen, this wall was put up, which is good. Festival of the Fallen is awesome. It's a very big open space, but that is one that's intentional because it is the main room of the haunt that the whole haunt revolves around. These walls were put up, which is good. That wall was put up. So, more separation here, which is good. This is the exit to the haunt right here. It just doesn't have a doorway yet, but that is going to be the exit. So, I've already talked about how this is going to go. Walk straight from Festival of the Fallen. Forest Demon's probably going to be there. Then Laboratory, Haunted Mansion, Bedroom of Possession, and then leave. And I'm going to go into the diner real quick because some things were done in the diner that I want to show. My grandma brought these over today. Coca-Cola napkin holders, which really cool. And that Coca-Cola thing, they just really make it look like a diner. She also brought some forks, knives, and spoons over to put on the table. This 31 sign I put out here, it was decorated inside the house, but since it's almost Halloween, I decided to just put it out here now. This was for the diner because it is a neon light, and of course neon colors were popular in the 50s. This little guy right here is here, and then this sign, this light up sign, which you can write on, and it's like a kind of neon light. It kind of glows when you write on it, and so that's going to have the menu on it, which is why it's kind of at the edge of the table here. So, yeah, that's that. Pumpkin guy right there. I already showed all that stuff. The ghost fell, so that's why you don't see him there, but he'll be there again. My mom made this jukebox today, which I think looks really cool. So the speaker that's going to be playing the music in the scene is going to be right behind it. And so it'll be like the music is coming from the jukebox, which I really like. I really like the jukebox. It looks awesome. It looks like an old diner jukebox. I love it. It looks great. And let me see if there's anything else done out here. Like I said, I'm going to set up a little bit inside tonight. I might not. I'm not entirely sure because I'm getting tired because I've been working all day. I had to get up pretty early. But I went to Spirit as soon as I got up earlier. That was one of the first things I did, was go to Spirit to get the farmhouse. And then I got right to work putting together the farmhouse and then doing all this other stuff. So I've been working all day. And so I don't know if I really want to do any more work because I'm tired out. Oh yeah, there's more stuff over here. I forgot. Let me show you. Limb Ripper is out here in Rabbit Zoo. He's back in the trees, and I think he looks pretty awesome back there. There he is. And I forget if this... Yeah, that wall was already there. This wall has been put up. So now Creepy Carnival Circus of Chaos is completely secluded. Of course, there's still going to be the tent roof that I need to put. But it's not there yet. And over here, Unholy Cathedral has the altar, which is not completed. I think I'm going to spray paint it gray to make it look more like stone. Or I might leave it wood. What do you guys think? Should it be stone looking, or should it be wooden? I don't know. I'll probably go to my storage unit tomorrow and get out Levitator Girl, and so I can finally put her on the altar, and she should look pretty cool, and I'll put the candles on it and everything, and I'll hopefully make the goat priest tomorrow and put him next to it. The summoning has some stuff done. I put this witch here. She's the one who's going to be standing right there blocking this gateway right here, so no guests go through there. So she's blocking that. She looks pretty cool. Of course, remember, this all isn't going to be open. There's going to be doorways, of course. Those just usually aren't done until the day before Halloween. This thing is most likely going to have something on it. It's kind of like a witchcraft-looking moon, and so I just want to... I'll probably have some potions or something on it. I don't know yet. And then I got this troll guy down here because the summoning is supposed to be in a forest. So, I just got a few things done in the summoning, but should be pretty cool. Lost Her Ways, of course, going in there because it's very realistic witches that are supposed to go in there. I know I put that other witch in there, but she's like the only witch that's not like a realistic witch that's going to go in there. All the others are going to be like realistic witches. I just wanted to put her in there because I don't not want to use her, because she's still a cool prop. So I don't want to just not use her just because she's not a realistic witch. She's still a witch, so I still have a place to put her. Anyways, that was all. Unless I do things inside, but in case I don't, I'm just going to end the video right now. If I do things inside, you're not going to hear this ending, so yeah. But if I don't do things inside, you're going to hear this ending. So I hope you all enjoyed. Keep howling at the moon, my werewolves.
Hey, come back. You don't play fair and you're making me angry. But maybe if you subscribe to Jaden's videos and join the werewolf army, I'll let you live another day. But it's not guaranteed.